Yeah, yeah. Started as a seed in the soil of doubt. Pushed through the cracks, had to figure it out. Lost some battles, but I stayed in the fight. Fell 7 times, got up 8, took flight. Hands in the dirt, I planted the dream. Faith was the water, hope was the beam. Now the roots run deep, the branches grow wide. Legacy's the fruit, it's my heart, it's my guide. Life, lessons, and legacy. Finding your purpose, setting your spirit free. Life, lessons, and legacy with Cedric D. Nelson, who God called me to be. From the block to the boardroom, steps were divine. Every setback was a setup, every loss a sign. God's pen wrote my story, I just flipped the page. Turned my pain into power, my doubt into praise. They said, stay in your lane. I built a whole street, I'm paving the way. Let the mission repeat. Every scar on my soul, every tear that I shed. Build a bridge for the next, leave no dream unsaid. What you build today will light someone's way. It's not just for you. It's the path you lay. Life lessons and legacy. Finding your purpose, setting your spirit free. Life lessons and legacy with Cedric D. Nelson, who God called me to be.
My famous 3 words I tell everybody is the 3 words called be, do, and have. My younger self, go harder. Go harder. Don't worry about what people say. I had an idea that might make them a millionaire overnight. Stop gatekeeping. Stop flaunting your titles and positions and be with your people.
If I have to pay somebody for the advice, there's nothing wrong with that either, because it makes me better at my craft. I agree. So nothing wrong with investing in your craft. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Life Lessons and Legacy podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Cedric D. Nelson, and today I'm honored to have the guest, Mr. John Best. Mr. Best, how you doing today?
Man, I'm good, man, and I'm honored to be here with you. Thanks for the invite.
I appreciate you coming on. Also, we're going to talk about what Mr. Best does. One of the titles he has is the maker of culture, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about that.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'll go ahead and get it started. My first question, can you tell me a little bit about your background, where you're from, and et cetera?
All right, I'm from a small city in New Jersey called Neptune, New Jersey. It's close to a city called Asbury Park, New Jersey. And it's like I'm in between New York City and Atlantic City, and it's like a beach town. So I went to the beach often when I was a shorty coming up. So Neptune, New Jersey, raised me. Then I came down to Memphis when I was 16, went to Whitehaven High School, stayed in Memphis, finished high school, 11th and 12th grade in Memphis. And then I went to Tennessee Tech University to play basketball. I had to find a school that I thought I wasn't going to get attracted to the elements. We all know what the elements are. When I went to Tennessee Tech, I thought it was going to be a place where there were no elements, but it come to find out there was a lot of elements there, just like any other school. So I went to Tennessee Tech for 4 years, played basketball, D1 level, finished my senior year as the 3rd leading scorer in NCAAs. So that was a title I was happy about. I was 28 points per game. And then that got me drafted to the New Jersey Nets, NBA draft pick number 36. And then I went to New Jersey and, I didn't make the team, thought I was going to make the team, politics, what have you, all the stuff. But I ended up going overseas, and I ended up playing for like 14, 15 years overseas. So my passport stamped up, all that good stuff. While I was overseas, I think in one of the last countries I was in was Berlin. I decided to do a radio station. So I created a radio station, Live 365, back in 2004. And the only way I wanted to do it was if I could own it and I could do it 24/7. So shout out to my wife for telling me that I should create that radio station, because I was a DJ. I was DJing when I was in New Jersey at age 14. So that's when that element came in. I love hip hop head still to this day. So when I started the radio station, that was cool. So when I came back, when I finished playing ball in 2007, that's when I retired. And I said, yo, I got to get in the school system. I got to work with children because I want people to understand they got somebody that's been through it, and I wanted to come back and give back. So I ended up becoming a school resource officer for Memphis City Schools at the time. And then I worked my way up from officer. Then I got into the field over here. I became a teacher after security for 1 year. I taught digital broadcasting or digital arts is what it was. I taught for 1 year. Then I became a videographer for the school district. Then I went from a videographer to I think I was an advisor. Then I was an assignment editor. And then all of a sudden I made it to general manager. So I've been general manager here at 88.5 and C19 since 2018. So I'm going on my, eighth year as general manager. And while I've been here, man, it's all about, promoting the district, students, letting them learn about all of the technology out here, how to use AI, how to do everything with content creation. And that's where I am right now.
Well, I met you through the Podbox Festival. And for the guys and gals who did not attend the Podbox Festival, some of the things you were telling me about podcast wise blew my mind because, I'm kind of starting off with this thing. I think I'm on my fourth, fifth season, but just
Right.
learning about the technology, so much that goes into it behind the scenes. And it's like I'm working so hard to put together episodes. When I spoke to you at the festival, I realized like this could be so much simpler.
Yes, it can. And all it takes is taking time out. Like when people say study your craft, that means you sharpening your sword for what you believe in and if you say you want to be a podcaster, what does that mean? What must I do in order to become that podcaster? So when it comes up, hey, let's go kick it at the club or go kick it over here. When you got an opportunity, well, I might not want to kick it, but I might want to kick it with my craft so I can learn. Brother John said, if I learn this, I can cut my production time down because I got a quality camera, good microphone. I got auto switching on my device. It's all kind of things that happen. But if you don't put the time in to learn it, then it's all on you. So when you say, man, I want to be a broadcaster, but I mean, it's hard, it's difficult. What is easy? Anything you want is going to have a degree of difficulty if you want to call yourself that which you want to become is a good podcaster. Do you want to be a good podcaster, a decent podcaster, or you want to be a dope podcaster? You know what I'm saying? So depending upon what people put their time into, that lets me know where they're going to be in life. Got to put the time in regardless.
I agree. So I played sports in high school and college as well. And I think something about you talking about your career. I didn't even know about your career before we spoke. But I think being an athlete also helps in this. With all of this, like you said, you realize that putting in time, there's a price for anything you want. If you want to be a good athlete, there's a price. You want to be a good father, there's a price. So
You got to
I
pay
like
that
what you're
price.
saying. Yeah.
And then think about it. How can I be upset if my podcast only got 50 people tuning in a month and I said I wanted to be a podcaster? I don't have nobody to do my graphics or I just want to be a podcaster. Well, that's when you need to rethink. It's okay, let me see what do I need to become a better podcaster? How can I go from 50 to 500? That's all on you. That's on the person that's what you said you want to do. It's on you because you can't expect somebody else to see your vision. You got to work it. So that's why I say, put that time in. If you don't put the time in, don't get mad when you only get 50 people listening a month.
Yes. Well, my buddy and I we were talking about sports, so let's go back to that. And like you said, put in that time. You want to be a great athlete, you don't put in time. You don't want to be a great podcaster, you don't put in the time working your craft. It's not going to happen.
Not gonna
So,
happen.
so my next question for you. So, what goals do you have coming up? Because here's the thing, John. Just from hearing your story, like we're gonna talk about legacy and everything, but you already lived the legacy. I mean,
Man, I'm
even being
living
a
it.
D1, yeah, being a D1 athlete and being a professional athlete. I mean,
Travel the world. I touched every continent except Africa, pretty much. You know,
wow.
so I've been around the world 3 times. I'm
Mhm.
living it right now, and I'm
Okay,
thankful and blessed.
you're very blessed. Most people don't even get a fraction of that, in
Come
their
on, you
lifetime.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why, from me doing what I've done, like
Mhm.
I don't talk about basketball unless somebody asks me about basketball, because you know how it is. I was killing them back in the day. I was nice. I was this. Man,
Yeah.
you 50 years old still talking about what you did at 22,
Yep.
23. It's
Yep.
like that was a time I respected. I loved it. Thank
Hmm.
you, basketball gods, for allowing me to do well in basketball. But what I took from basketball was my work ethic, to your point, which you mentioned
Hmm.
earlier. I took the work ethic and
Hmm.
applied it to daily work. I'm like, yo, you're not gonna outwork me. No. Because when I was practicing ball playing, I couldn't be the #1 leading scorer in the nation and not put in work. I led the nation in scoring for about 6 weeks, but I put in work for that. So that's why I know if you put the hard work in, it's going to give you rewards later. Stop looking for instant gratification. So that's why
Right.
I talk about basketball. When you brought it up, I'll
Hmm.
talk about it. But that was a time of my life. I respect it, I honor it, but I don't live in the past, because a lot of men, we love to say, man, I was the man back in the day. Yep, you
Yeah.
was. What we doing now, though?
Yeah. Was it 30 years later? I
Yeah,
deal with
30
it all the
years
time.
later, right.
Yeah.
I'm
Teammates
still
and all.
talking about that.
Teammates, yeah, man, I was the man. I'm like, yeah, but now I have bad hamstrings, so
Right,
I'm not racing
right,
anybody. Those days, oh, what's the next goal?
right.
So my
But
question
but
is
but
leading it.
my
Oh, go ahead.
goals, you said something about goals. One of my goals is to really be impactful, not just in my community, but in my family, my friendships, business relationships. I want people to say, when I first met him, John was like at a level 1. Now
Mhm.
he level 99 on 100 now. That's
Okay.
what I want to leave, that type of impact, because I don't want to be the same guy I was 10 years ago, not even 5 years ago. Matter of fact, I don't even want to be the same dude I was a year ago, because with so much going on and trying to improve myself, it should be
Mhm.
a constant elevation. I think Rakim from the famous group Eric B. and Rakim, he said, constant elevation causes expansion. And when I heard that, I was like, constant elevation. So if I'm being lifted and raised, that means I need to expand my reach. I can't just stay in a bubble, just stay talking about basketball. I got to be able to talk with the fellow man and woman. So,
Yes.
it's all about trying to be impactful. I'm trying to make an impact. I'm trying to shake your hand, want to know what you're doing, what you about, what you got going on. Can I get you on the radio? You got something positive to say to the people? That's
Mhm.
how I am when I meet people. And that's one of the goals. I want to be a good person, known as a good man, and somebody that was impactful my whole life.
And that's a great goal. I tell people, I've learned that my goal should be to be a good man. Not always necessarily a nice man, but a
Right.
good man,
A
and
good man.
try to, yeah, good man, try to improve the lives of others. It's not just about me improving. If I can help
Right.
someone else, then
Right.
that proves my legacy. So I have a question for you about it, because I know I've dealt with it. I come from, a kind of impoverished background. When you got to the mindset of you want to be better, you want to expand, you want to help others, what kind of, I guess, adversity did you face as far as I know sometimes you're trying to bring others along and you're
Right.
pulling, but they're pulling back.
See, that's where you stop right there. Because when it's for you, if you got to do it, if that means I'm losing friends, family, but
Mhm.
my mental health going to be better, my life going to be better, so be it. That's a sacrifice for being, I don't want to say better than the rest. Let's say different
I
than the
get you.
rest. I
Hmm.
say different than the rest, because it's cool if I was smoking and drinking and we all smoking and drinking together. Then
Hmm.
one day I said, I'm not smoking and drinking no more. Oh, what's wrong with that N word? What's up
Right.
with him? He think he better. He think he
Yep.
this. I'm like, I think I'm better than putting myself in a position to think I gotta smoke and drink every day,
Every
every
day.
single day. I gotta do that. And when I put that down and do something else, so you can't be my friend, you ain't cool with me no more. That's cool. It's new friends. You know, with social media, you can meet a group of strangers on social media, and they'll support you more than the people you've been down with for years,
Very
because
true.
they don't want to see you rise and they stay in the same condition. So what do we do in our community? Pull him down. He
Yep.
ain't nothing. He ain't never been nothing. I remember him when we was eating crackers and
Yep.
drinking 7-Up back in the
Yep.
day. I remember that too. But I don't want to stay there. I'm trying to go higher. And if that higher means just 1 or 2 steps above
Yep.
smoking and drinking every single day, so be it. If you don't want to talk to me no more, cool. I'm trying to get myself right.
Yeah, well, the saying is misery loves company.
That's
And
right.
you see that a lot. The crabs in the barrel mentality, and I tell people all the time, like you said,
It's
I'm going to try
real.
to elevate. Yeah, and I try to take you with me. But if you don't want to go, I- it can't go back, or I can be miserable. And I tell people, don't make yourself miserable trying to make others happy, because they
Yep.
have those vices and they want to let that control their lives. So,
Yep.
all right.
That's it.
So my next question for you, and like I said, I won't hold you forever today.
Man,
You know, my,
ask me your questions, brother. I
all
got
right,
time.
all right, I appreciate it. So, what life lessons have you learned?
Life lessons. That's a good question. I learned in life, want for your brother or sister what you want for yourself. Meaning, if I have a salad or a bowl of soup and my brother has no soup,
Mhm.
I'm giving half. We going to get half, or I might give him the whole bowl. You see what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
I learned in life, I can't. You can't hold on to everything. Think, oh, this me. I don't want nobody. I'm
Right.
just. It's all about me. But if you open it, you can have some. If I made it, I think Malcolm said, "How can we all be?" What he said, "If how can one be successful if we all not successful?" Or something to that something to
Mhm.
that point.
Mhm.
Like, yo, if one made it and the rest of us didn't, how am I going to be happy with that? Knowing that I made it, but the rest of my folks ain't there yet. So,
Mhm.
that's the biggest lesson I learned in life, was to really treat people how you want to be treated. And
Mhm.
that has got me a long way. My famous 3 words I tell everybody that got me right where I am today is the 3 words called be, do, and have.
Okay.
You always ask yourself, what do you want to have? Not what you want to be when you grow up. I want to be a doctor. What they you said when they asked you what do you want to be when you grow up, what did you tell them?
Yeah, I want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a politician. Yeah.
There you go. But I never got the follow up question. It was what you
Mhm.
want to be. So
Mhm.
with be, do, have, I say, what you want to have in life? Okay, well, I want to be a basketball player. Okay, so what must you do in order to be a basketball player? Practice, I got to train, I got to get my grades right so I go to college. So it's stuff I must do. Then you ask yourself, how must I be in order to do the things I need to do to have what I wanted to have? So if I want to be a
Yes.
basketball player, I have a good basketball career. I had to be disciplined. I had to be on time to practices. I had to be studying the game. I had to be knowing, yo, it's too late. I don't need to be hanging out. I need to be going because I got a game in the morning.
Mhm.
So those 3 words, I apply it to everything. Same thing with your podcast. Like you said,
Mhm.
if I want to have a good podcast, what must I do and how must I be in order to have that podcast? And if you
Mhm.
trace that back, man, I could have been working a little longer. I should have studied a little more. I should have
Mhm.
bought that 9.99 how to be a podcast, how to have a great podcast
Mhm.
webinar. So
Mhm.
that has changed my life. And I found out about that in 2011 from studying with Scientologists in
Yeah.
2011.
Yeah, and I agree. It's something I've learned. When you're younger, starting off your career, even with the podcasting, you think everyone's trying to get over on you. Oh,
Yep,
if
yep,
it costs something, I don't want it. But from
yep.
going to the Podbox Festival, you realize like it's so many people here offering free advice. But here's the thing: if I have to pay somebody for the advice, there's nothing wrong with that either, because it's making me better in my craft.
That's
You know.
right.
So
You got it.
yeah, I agree. So nothing wrong with investing in your craft. I agree
Nothing,
100%.
nothing.
All right. So my next question is a little bit more, I guess, on the sentimental side. Who has been the single most inspirational person in your life, past or present, and why?
Have to be Minister Louis Farrakhan,
Okay.
because when I heard him speak, I was in France, like back in 1993, 94. And this was right after the draft, and they told me, okay, yeah, go overseas, work on your game, come back. And during that time, I'm like, yo, I'm a Christian, blah, blah, blah. I'm cool. But I heard him speak, and he spoke. I heard him speak to me, and it changed my life. I know it wasn't on no black or white thing. It was just, he made me see myself for who I am as a black man. And that put a fire in me. And I said, I learned about fasting and doing different things like that. So as a basketball player, I was like, yo, I fasted for 30 days. And I was like, yo, this is the best basketball shape. My best play ever was during Ramadan in 1993, 94. So I was like, yo, so that man, he changed my life, man. And made me look at the world different. Taught me how to treat women and how to treat our brothers and sisters in the community. And that's what it was.
Yeah. And I would say with that, Mr. Farrakhan and religion overall, like I tell people all the time, we have the directives, like how to treat women, how to treat each other. It's just, we buck the system. Because if you actually listen.
Come on, that's it. We buck the system. Mm-hmm. Why should I disrespect this woman because she's smart or she got it going on, and I gotta pull her down by, oh, you ain't nothing but this and this. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. Or same thing, man. My man, he got a podcast, said doing this thing. Man, come on, man. I remember, man, that brother. And then they'll start to say some negative things about you to make the person be like, yo, said, oh, for real? Oh, I ain't gonna mess with him no more. Now that person, yeah, I'm winning. Treat each other right.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's crazy. And I try to explain to the younger generation that, that mindset of me find me or look at me. I'm like, look, I think the saying is, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Go together, man. You can't do it by yourself. You cannot. I don't know nobody that did it by themselves. Jesus wasn't by himself. He had disciples, right? He wasn't. He came by himself, yes, but he had folks around him.
So. Yes, very true. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Life, Lessons, and Legacy. I hope you found our discussion thought-provoking and inspiring. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your feedback helps us to improve and reach more listeners like you. Remember, life is a journey of growth and discovery. In every experience, both the highs and the lows, contributes to the legacy we leave behind. So embrace each moment, cherish the lessons, and live with purpose. Until next time, I'm Cedric D. Nelson. You can find more resources, including my book, Life, Lessons, and Legacy, How to Take Life's Lessons and Shape Your Legacy. Available for purchase on my website at www.lifelessonsandlegacy.com. Also available on Amazon.com. On my website, you'll also discover information about my life coaching services and speaking engagements designed to help you unlock your full potential and live a life full of purpose. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon.